In her 2021 book, Becoming Bulletproof, Evie Pamparos, a former Secret Service agent, writes that predators look for easy prey, someone who is lost in their world or surroundings. Good situational awareness skills can help anyone identify potential dangers and take appropriate actions to protect yourself and others. With minimal practice, anyone can increase their skills and apply them in their everyday lives, anywhere they go. I have utilized situational skills and concepts for over 25 years as a law enforcement officer. I also have taught these concepts to friends, family members, and citizens to assist them in increasing their safety. People should realize that they already can detect danger by enhancing and practicing their innate situational skills. These concepts can potentially save lives by ideally avoiding a threat if identified early enough or formulating a plan to mitigate it. All human beings have biologically wired survival instincts from the beginning of our evolution. Utilizing the stress response to threats, people are subject to three options during high-stress incidents: flight, fight, or freeze. Once people can apply the concept of baseline plus anomaly equals decision, B plus A equals D, they will be able to identify potential threats both in their environment and from the people around them. Paying attention to people and environments for signs of potential danger or threats is something considered by some as a conscious effort. However, human beings have a primal survival instinct that is subconscious. For example, you may have felt that you have a sixth sense or intuition when you have felt an uneasy feeling that something is not normal in your immediate surroundings. This is your brain, specifically your amygdala and limbic system, processing and analyzing changes to your environment. It is important to pay attention to these feelings your body is sending. Hope College social psychologist David Myers, PhD, explains that the intuitive right brain is almost always reading your surroundings, even when your conscious left brain is otherwise engaged. The body can register this information while the conscious mind remains blissfully unaware of what's going on. And according to arrowheadtribal.com in January 2019, regardless of the time of year, making a commitment to personal safety is always an excellent idea. And one of the most effective ways to do this, short of enrolling in formal training or self-defense classes, is by practicing everyday situational awareness. Unfortunately, some people ignore or attempt to rationalize what these feelings are, but this can put their personal safety in jeopardy. Instead, they should heighten their awareness and actively use their senses to further investigate what may be happening. Yolanda Alicia Anderson, in her harrowing account of being attacked and abducted, stressed to never ignore your instincts. It is led by something higher than yourself. Trust it and act accordingly. It could save your life. Sometimes we rationalize these warning signs that turn out to be true. For example, there are numerous examples of witnesses of mass shootings describing the sound of gunfire as fireworks. This causes you more time to react and make a decision in a critical situation. Now that we have discussed the human body's intuitive and instinctive system that alerts us to possible danger and threats, the next phase is what to do after you discover something is not normal and controlling your physical and emotional response to potential danger. Once your senses sound the alarm that something may be dangerous or a stimulus is introduced rapidly as a threat, a surprise, the human body reacts with the startle response to protect itself. This induces the flight, fight, or freeze response in the body. The first and best reaction is to avoid a dangerous incident altogether, flight. However, if that is not an option, you may have to fight to protect yourself as a last resort. The one response we need to avoid or control is the freeze reaction. This is a form of paralysis that can lead to inaction. Brad Spicer states in the September-October 2022 issue of Security Management that the ultimate function of situational awareness is to enhance survival by predicting dangerousness. When the body perceives danger, the limbic system releases several chemicals into the body. These chemicals include adrenaline, dopamine, and cortisol, preparing the body for the three responses. If you ever lost your balance on a ladder, been scared at a haunted house, or nearly avoided a car accident while driving, you have felt the startle response. But some people perceive that feeling as fear when in reality it is not, and is your body preparing itself to react. So if you can shift your paradigm that you're afraid or feeling fear to a feeling that it's a natural reaction instead, it can empower you to act. More importantly, it will allow you to make decisions instead of being frozen by fear. A better way to lessen the chances you can be surprised by a threat or evolving dangerous situation is to pay attention to your surroundings and learn to analyze the environment and the people in it. To increase situational awareness and get better assessment of our surroundings, a simple formula can be followed and practiced. Our first step in this process is establishing a baseline. A baseline is a minimum starting point for comparison. In other words, it's what seems normal in a particular environment. We then need to visually scan, listen closely to discover anomalies or changes in the baseline. Those changes we observe should then be monitored to assess as a potential threat. For example, I would like you to visualize a hot summer day and you're at the beach. You then happen to notice a person wearing a heavy winter coat. That is not normal, a change in the baseline for what somebody normally wears at the beach in hot weather. It would be someone you would want to pay closer attention to. Once an anomaly or several are detected that do not fit the baseline, you have your last step in utilizing optimal situational awareness skills, which is to make a decision. Going back to the person in the winter coat, at the beach, you get a feeling that something is not right, or that the person could be a potential threat. It is best to leave the area altogether or continue to monitor that person. Remember the acronym BAD, B-A-D, as I said. Baseline plus anomaly equals decision. Another benefit of actively paying attention to people and your environment is that you are less likely to be selected by a potential predator. You can increase situational awareness skills and increase your chances of avoiding dangerous situations or persons. Pay attention to any uneasy feelings and trust your intuition and instinct. When you feel the intense startle response of fight, flight, or freeze, remember that most important thing to do is try not to freeze and make a decision. Make a conscious effort to be present and use the acronym BAD. Baseline plus anomaly equals decision to analyze and focus on the environment and people around you. Practice these concepts as much as possible and they will become second nature. All you have to do is set aside some time to observe people in your environment. I like to say people watching is free and can be done anytime and just about anywhere. Utilize these concepts and even write down what you observe or feel to be baselines and anomalies. Enhancing your situational awareness skills can save your life or the life of a loved one. It also can lessen your fears of dangerous situations and people because you are being more proactive in looking for potential threats to your safety. You are not being paranoid, you are being prepared.